Hello, literature lovers. Today, as you can see, I am with a very special work, The Sun Also Rises, written by a Nobel laureate, American writer, Ernest Hemingway. It's a very special work, very popular, and the themes are also very special, talking about the lost generation. Yes, it's a very famous theme, and the generation is called the lost generation mainly because the generation really lost their time because of the World War. That is the reason why it is called the lost generation. So, talking about that period and what were the circumstances, that is the beauty of literature, and these are the images of Hemingway, how when he was in the army, how he spent his time and how it works. It's a great roller coaster ride, and the feelings you can understand and you can touch how it happened and talk about it. It's a great work because it portrays American and British expatriates who travels from Paris to the festival of Saint Famine in Pamplona to watch the running of the bulls and the bullfight, that is the famous bullfight. An early and enduring modernist novel. It's a really modern novel and it receives mixed reviews when it was published. However, Hemingway's biographer writes that it is now recognized as Hemingway's greatest work, and I personally believe so. It is really his greatest work, and Hemingway's scholar also called it. It's a very important novel. It was published in October 1926, and so good, especially because the basis of the novel was Hemingway's trip to Spain in 1925. So we can get a glimpse of that famous and beautiful places, and setting was unique, memorable, and depicted sordid cafe life in Paris. And if you get a chance to watch the movie version, it's so good. If, especially when you read the novel and then watch the movie side by side, it's such a beautiful sight to watch. Settings are unique, memorable, depicting sordid cafes and all the things, you know, the fishing trip, all the different places. Hemingway's sparse writing style, combining with the way he uses the description to convey the characterization and action, and demonstrating that famous, yes, the iceberg theory of writing. And that is what the beauty of the work. No doubt he really deserved Nobel Prize, and he got two. Especially now, I have to talk about another peculiar quality of it. That is, it is a novel, Roman a Clef. Yes, that is a novel with a key. The characters are based on real people in Hemingway's circle, and the action is based on real events too. So this makes the thing so real and lifelike. Hemingway presents his notion that the lost generation considered to be decadent and desolate and irreparably damaged because of the World War First. I personally believe so it is, and was in fact resilient and strong. And there are circumstances Hemingway investigates the themes of love and death, the reviving power of nature, and the concept of masculinity. All the things, mixing together. The themes of the place, love, the sight, love, and women, especially because of the twice divorced lady, Brett Ashley, and obviously talking about that era, that movement which started, the new women movement in 1920s, about the divorces were quite common in Paris, and that is also mentioned in it. Another very important thing of that fiesta, that festival, that bullfighting, which is so common, it's somewhere in our mind. Next, one of the very special theme is the masculinity and the gender, how it revolves around or how we are somehow burdened with it. Anti-sentimentalism always follow because of the trend of that thing. No doubt it talks about it. Even the writing style is so good. That is the reason, no. It is really well known for its style, which is various is described as modern, hard boiled, or you can say understated. His style is so good. And as a novice writer and journalist in Paris, Hemingway turned to Ezra Pound, who had a reputation as an unofficial minister of culture who acted as midwife for new literary talent. You know that how good Ezra Pound guide is a really good guide to mark the blue ink in his short stories. And from Ezra Pound, Hemingway learned to write in the modernist style. So, if you got a guide like Ezra Pound, no doubt your work would really lead to such a great masterpiece. No doubt the work Sun Also Rises really talk about it. Go through it, it will really enrich you. Thanks for being part of it. Thank you.